Relax. Not in the way the world has taught you to relax by escaping reality, but in a way that brings you into complete harmony with it. Let your soul loosen its grip on worry, and allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Choosing to relax is actually the boldest act of faith you can perform. It is a quiet announcement to the universe that you already possess what your physical eyes cannot yet see. You have been conditioned to believe that struggle is holy, that effort is sacred, and that results belong only to those who burn the midnight oil. But creation is never born of exhaustion. It is born of stillness. A seed does not strain to sprout. The stars do not wrestle with gravity, and the ocean does not force itself to wave. All of these things exist beautifully because they rest in the rhythm of their own being. You must do the same. When you relax, you open the doors of your consciousness and allow the invisible to pass through. The very energy that shapes planets and holds galaxies together is the same power working through you right now. But it cannot flow through resistance. It cannot bless what is being blocked by fear, worry, and doubt. Your anxiety is not a badge of dedication. It is simply a wall between you and what is already yours. To relax is to receive. It means you stop begging, chasing, or pleading. You are not here to win the affection of the universe because you already have it. The moment a desire formed in your heart, the moment you felt its pulse in your soul, the universe responded. In fact, that desire was the echo of what had already been given to you. But the gift must find a vessel open enough to hold it. Tension is a closed door, while relaxation is the key. You were never meant to strive for your blessings. You were meant to align with them. Feel into the vision that excites your spirit. Sit with it, not with a sense of urgency, but with deep reverence. Imagine it fully, not as a desperate wish, but as a loving memory. Let it fill your body like warm light, rising up through your chest and breathing itself into the air around you. This is not fantasy. This is active creation. Your faith is never measured by effort. It is measured by ease. Stop rehearsing the worst-case scenarios and stop anticipating delays. The universe is not testing your patience. It is simply waiting for your belief to calm down. There is a higher order already set in motion, and it is entirely perfect. What you perceive as a delay is just divine precision, and what you call a detour is actually a redirection to something much greater. When you relax, you are not doing nothing. You are doing everything that truly matters. In stillness, the truth rises to the surface. You begin to see that your outer world is always the echo of your inner conversation. If your inner voice is frantic, your outer world will reflect that confusion. But when your inner world whispers a deep sense of trust, the outer world starts to respond with grace. By relaxing, you tell the universe that you are no longer at war with time, no longer doubting the path, and no longer begging for scraps of hope. You are stepping into your divine identity, and you know exactly what belongs to you. This is the essence of Neville's legacy. Do not confuse movement with progress, or busyness with true creation. You are not here to prove yourself to the world. You are here to know yourself as the creator of your own experience. And that experience always begins with the stillness of certainty. The door is already open, and the current is already flowing. The manifestations you seek are not far away. They are brushing up against you, waiting for you to let go of the fight. Your role is not to make things happen, but to receive what has already been written for you. The universe is ready to give you everything, not because you begged for it, but because you finally remembered you were always worthy of it. Relaxation is not weakness. It is a deep return to truth. It is the moment when the surface noise of your mind dissolves, and the still waters of your soul begin to reflect reality as it truly is, rather than how the world trained you to see it. To relax is not to abandon responsibility, but to realign with the creative power that moves through all things. This is the power you carry within you, often unnoticed, buried under layers of worry, doubt, and the constant need to fix things that were never broken. When you strive, you send out a message of lack, acting as if you are distant from the things you desire. But when you relax, you state something far more profound. You acknowledge that what you desire is already near, already present, and already yours in the unseen realm. You become like the calm surface of a lake that perfectly mirrors the sky above. There is no struggle in that reflection. there is only alignment. The more you try to control creation, the more ripples you create, distorting what is already trying to reach you. There is an intelligent flow that governs the unfolding of life, and this rhythm cannot be manipulated by fear or forced by effort. It must be trusted. When you learn to relax, you tune into this rhythm. You stop fighting the current, and instead allow yourself to float within it, knowing it is carrying you exactly where you need to go. You stop pushing against the tide, and in that surrender, you discover a completely different kind of strength. The strength of alignment and the power of conscious stillness. You have been conditioned to believe that value comes from constant motion, and that success is earned only through toil. But the truth is that the most powerful transformations occur in silence. A seed becomes a tree not by force, but by yielding to the natural intelligence of its own unfolding. The same applies to you. You do not grow by stressing your way forward. You grow by allowing the energy of your intention to move through you, unobstructed by resistance. Resistance often hides beneath the appearance of trying too hard, of chasing something as if it is far away, when in truth it is already within your grasp. To relax is to stop searching for what you already possess. It is the recognition that everything you desire is held in consciousness first, before it is ever seen in physical form. Once it exists in your awareness, it is already on its way to you. But your state must be receptive. Your energy must become a magnet, not a shield. Worry shields you from your blessings, and doubt deflects what is meant for you. Relaxation, however, opens the gates wide. It removes the armor and lets the current of life pour into you without interference. The moment you feel tension in your body, your breath, or your thoughts, let that be your signal. That is the universe whispering that you are gripping too tightly, trying to hold together something that was never yours to control. You were never asked to figure out the how. You were only asked to dwell in the assurance that it is already done. That assurance cannot coexist with fear, and it cannot breathe in an atmosphere of panic. It needs the space that only stillness can offer, and that space is created the moment you choose to relax. You are not a beggar in this universe. You are a creator. A true creator does not constantly hammer and force their reality into shape. A true creator knows the immense value of letting go. Not letting go of the dream, but letting go of the strain. You keep the vision, but you release the fear that it won't arrive. When you release that fear, even for a moment, the universe rushes in to fill the void with infinite possibility. The more you practice this art of sacred surrender, the more natural it becomes. You begin to see how beautifully things unfold, not when you demand them, but when you allow them. There is immense power in the pause. In the moments when you do not know what to do next, choosing not to panic, but to breathe instead, is a profound declaration of faith. That breath, that stillness, and that sacred silence become the most powerful affirmations you can make. You are declaring that you no longer operate from the illusion of separation. You are not chasing life. You are becoming one with it. Imagine the feeling of knowing something wonderful is about to happen, not because you forced it, but because you are finally still enough to feel it. That gentle excitement and quiet confidence do not come from the outside world. They rise from within like a whisper, reminding you of what you already know but forgot in your hurry to fix, change, and do. Relaxation is the return to that inner whisper. In that return you find your center, and remember that you are the channel through which the unseen becomes seen. For anything to pass through that channel, it must not be clogged by worry or narrowed by doubt. Every time you relax, you reaffirm your trust. You say to the universe that you are ready to receive. You open the window and let the wind in. You open the soil and let the roots drink. You stop interfering with the miracle that was already in progress. You don't need to scream at the sky to bring the rain. You only need to plant, to rest, and to believe that the cycle is perfect, just as it always has been. When your body softens and your mind quiets, you are no longer separate from your desire. You are one with it, and that oneness is exactly what brings it into form. The distance between where you are and what you long for is not measured in miles or days. It is measured entirely in faith. Faith is not loud or busy. It is quiet, still, peaceful, and completely relaxed. Let the world keep rushing, and let others run in circles if they must. Return to yourself. Return to yourself. and return to the calm, knowing that life is not waiting to punish or test you. It is simply waiting to meet you where your belief finally rests. Relax, because in that moment of surrender, you are no longer asking for what you want. You are becoming the very space through which it arrives. Desire is not a sign of emptiness. It is a signal of something already fulfilled within the unseen realm. When a desire rises in your heart, it is not the beginning of a long journey to gain something external. It is the echo of something already given, seeking expression in this physical world. You do not desire what does not belong to you. The very longing you feel is the proof of possession, not its absence. But a mind conditioned by appearances assumes that desire means lack, and that assumption builds walls of delay. It tells you to chase, struggle, and beg. The truth is much simpler and more powerful. What you want is already yours, and your desire is how it knocks on your door. You must begin to see desire differently. See it not as a wish whispered into a void, but as an awareness of what already exists, waiting patiently to emerge through you. Just as life is felt before it is born, you feel the stirrings of your desires before they are made visible to the world. You are the conduit and the womb for your manifestations. Your desire seeks you because it belongs to you. It cannot be stolen or denied. It can only be delayed by disbelief or received through faith. Here lies the secret. The moment you truly accept that your desire is already yours in spirit, you naturally relax. You cease to grasp at it. You no longer ask whether it will happen, because you begin to feel it as an accomplished fact. That feeling is imagination in its true, creative form. The universe responds to the state you occupy, not just the words you say. When your state is one of relaxed assurance, you are living as though the desire has already arrived. That is the ultimate key. When you believe that what you desire has already been granted, your entire being changes. Your thoughts become softer, your breath steadier, and your actions more aligned. You stop overthinking and start allowing. You stop questioning and start embodying. In this calm embodiment, your energy becomes magnetic through presence rather than force. You begin to attract what is yours, because you are no longer chasing it from a place of lack. You walk as if it is done, because in the unseen realm it truly is. There is no greater illusion than the belief that your desires are far away. That illusion is born from looking at the world strictly through physical eyes. But creation never begins in the world you see. It begins in the world you feel. The outer world merely mirrors the inner one. If your inner world is filled with a painful sense of longing, it is only because you have confused longing with loss. Longing is not loss, it is life. It is your spirit's remembrance of something that is already real, something your outer eyes have not yet caught up to. Your job is not to go out and fetch it, but to make space for it by believing it is already here. This is why relaxation is absolutely crucial. You cannot receive what is already yours if you keep treating it like something you have to earn. The universe does not reward strain. It responds to those who rest in their truth. Your truth is simple. You are the one to whom this desire has been given. If it were not meant for you, it would not have appeared in your heart. If it were not already available to you, it would not feel so deeply personal. Stop questioning the worth of your dream, and stop assuming your role is to chase what you are meant to carry. You carry it already in your awareness, your imagination, and the silent knowing that refuses to leave you alone. That is the gift. It is only when you stop clinging to the outcome that the outcome begins to move toward you. This is a matter of spiritual law. When you feel as though you already have what you desire, you begin to act differently. You don't beg for love if you know you are deeply loved, and you don't chase abundance if you know it is already on its way. That calm, silent, deep knowing becomes the bridge between the unseen and the seen. That bridge is built by belief. The belief that your desire is a seed already planted, growing beautifully in a soil you cannot yet see. Any impatience you feel is only there because you are looking at time instead of truth. You are measuring what has not happened yet instead of embracing what is already done in the scope, higher realm. Just as fruit appears after the roots have firmly formed underground, your desire will appear once the unseen foundation has been laid. Your relaxed acceptance is what lays this foundation. Let the desire live inside you as a calm, guiding light rather than a burning ache. Walk through life knowing you are not here to find your desires, They are here to find you. You have already sent out the signal and activated the current. Now, your only job is to hold the state of fulfillment, peace, and relaxed faith. That is the space where the seemingly impossible becomes completely inevitable. There is a power in this way of being that completely defies human logic. It is quiet, and in its quietness, it rewrites circumstances and reshapes your reality. It begins inside, right where you stop doubting, stop proving, and stop fearing. You simply recognize that if you desire it, it must already be yours. From that place, you rest, you breathe, you receive, and you welcome what was already on its way to you from the very beginning. Tension is never a signal of control. It is always the sign of resistance. It is a tightening that happens when you do not truly believe what you seek is making its way to you. You may say the right words and hold the vision, but if your body is clenched with fear and your mind is flooded with questions, the core message you are sending is one of doubt. Doubt closes the door, and worry locks it, but faith opens it wide. True faith is often invisible, because it is deeply still. It is the confidence of someone who no longer needs to chase, control, or prove anything, because they have entered the realm of absolute knowing. When you are truly in a state of faith, your actions soften. You no longer grasp or argue with time, and you don't keep checking to see if it's working. You are relaxed because you already believe it is done. Tension lives in the gap between your desire and your doubt, creating friction in your energy and disturbing the signal you send out. Faith, however, is a steady frequency that acknowledges your desire is already unfolding, requiring no strain whatsoever. Many people worry that if they stop stressing, they are being careless or will lose their chance. But you are never rewarded for effort or favored because you suffer. You are always aligned with what you believe yourself to be. The deeper your belief, the more peaceful your posture becomes. That peace is your power. The moment you stop sending mixed signals born of fear, the path clears for your desire to flow toward you. Tension is like a clenched fist trying to catch water. The tighter you grip, the more it slips away. But when you open your hand, you create the openness that draws your manifestation to you. The universe does not need your stress to function. It needs your trust. Trust is silent, calm, and felt rather than forced. There is a vast difference between action born from panic and action born from faith. One is frantic and driven by the fear of missing out, while the other is inspired, intentional, and rooted in the confidence that you are enough. When you move from faith, your steps are light and your energy is clean. You don't carry the heavy burden of what if, because the answer is already settled within you. Think of how perfectly nature operates. The sun does not rise in haste. The moon does not rush into position, and trees do not anxiously sprout their leaves. Everything moves with an inner knowing of perfect timing. The same intelligence flows through you, but when you tense up, you disrupt that flow. You don't need to abandon your dreams to relax. You just need to release the fear that says they won't come unless you force them. The moment you allow yourself to breathe deeply and rest in the present, you shift your entire vibration from chasing to receiving. You are here to become the version of yourself who naturally attracts what you seek. That version of you is grounded, serene, centered, and completely trusts the process even in the temporary absence of external evidence. This is about doing things differently, operating from a place of peace and quiet power. Your job is not to build the whole staircase in one day. Your job is simply to take the next step in faith and then pause, rest, and let the universe do its part. Even the smallest act done in faith is more powerful than 1,000 actions driven by fear. As you relax into this truth, you will begin to see things shift, not because you pushed harder, but because you finally got out of the way. Alignment begins the moment you choose to believe that nothing meant for you can ever be lost. When you relax, you are radiating pure faith, allowing what is yours to see you clearly and move toward you freely. Imagination is the quiet language of creation, speaking most clearly when the mind is still. When you relax, your inner world softens, and the screen of your mind becomes clear enough to project your desires without distortion. Most people imagine only in fear, envisioning what could go wrong, but true imagination is born in stillness. In the noise of striving, your creative faculty becomes tangled in resistance, causing you to see obstacles rather than the end result. But when you quiet the mind, your vision becomes alive, and your body begins to respond as if it is already happening. This is the doorway through which the invisible becomes visible. Your imagination is a sacred preview of what is already prepared for you. When you imagine from a relaxed state, you are stepping into the reality where your desire has already unfolded. First feel it, first see it within, and then the outer world will reflect it back to you. When you sit with your desire in a relaxed state, you are actively reshaping your reality. The more real it feels to you internally, the more quickly the external world must respond. You cannot call something in while simultaneously pushing it away with panic. The moment you relax and imagine joyfully, you step into your true creative role. You realize that imagination is a tool for embodiment, allowing you to become the conscious architect of your experience. The power of your imagination is determined by how freely you allow it to work through you, without any forcing. When you slow down and let go of urgency, you step into the experience of your desire as your current truth, and the universe cannot resist a being who already feels entirely worthy. You are no longer knocking on the door, you are already inside the house. This alignment is why some seem to receive with ease while others struggle. Those who create with ease have simply learned to train their imagination to live in the outcome, instead of the obstacle. Every thought you think while relaxed becomes a solid stone laid on the path of your future. By relaxing, your vibration becomes pure. You are wise to seek stillness, because in that quiet space, the whispers of your imagination become louder than the noise of the world, effortlessly hardening into physical reality. To relax is to surrender in total trust. It is the act of handing over your timelines and control, choosing instead to dwell in a state of quiet knowing. You no longer need to see external signs to believe, because you rest in the certainty that it is already done. What is meant for you cannot miss you when you welcome it with open hands. You give up the need to constantly check, question, and calculate, living instead from the spirit, which is always deep, calm, and quiet. The greatest strength is the stillness you maintain while you wait. Staying steady when you cannot see the outcome is true mastery and the highest form of courage. Your faith is not shaken by appearances because you know that what truly matters is the state within. Relaxation is the very foundation of aligned action. When you move from this state, your actions are infused with clarity and precision. You are no longer scrambling to make something happen. You are walking in the energy that it is already happening. Imagine entering each day as someone who already carries the answer within. Relaxation puts you in harmony with your true identity, reminding you that you are the beautiful channel through which the unseen becomes seen. There is something incredibly magnetic about a person who remains calm in the midst of uncertainty, walking as though everything is being perfectly arranged behind the scenes. This presence comes from communion with the unseen and dwelling in the truth of divine order. True rest is deeply spiritual. It is the act of stepping back, so that what is meant to unfold can do so without your interference. You don't lose focus, you simply gain trust. In that trust, the tension melts away, the mind softens, and you become a welcoming space for miracles. Every moment spent in relaxed faith is a moment of perfect alignment, clearing the resistance that blocks most people from receiving. The universe flows where it is genuinely welcomed, and nothing is more welcoming than a heart at peace, a mind that knows, and a soul that rests completely.